Hey, what's up? I'm Lauv, and this is my first and last with British GQ. First time I was starstruck. I think the first time I was like properly starstruck was when I met Taylor Swift recently. That was crazy. It was like I think it was a VMAs after party in New York. I saw her at the after party and I was like super nervous. I think I'd only had like 1 or 2 drinks. My friends kept being like, you should go up to her, you know? And I was like, no, I don't know. Because I don't want to be like that guy who's like walking up to Taylor Swift. And then finally, after a couple more drinks, I was like, okay, I'm gonna walk up to her. I know she's good friends with Troye Sivan, and I made a song with Troye Sivan. She definitely will have no idea who I am. So I'm gonna walk up to her and be like, hey, I know you're really close with Troye. Me and him made a song. I'm this artist, like blah, blah, blah. And so finally I'm like, okay, I muster up the courage. I walk up to her, and before I could say anything, she's like, wait, are you Lauv? And I literally was just like speechless. Like I didn't know what to say. I freaked out. And yeah, she said some nice things about my music. And yeah, I think that was definitely the most starstruck I've been. The last time I cried, I cried a lot. The last time I cried actually was on stage 2 nights ago. I was playing my song Sad Forever. And I'd had honestly like a kind of a weird day where I'd also cried in my meet and greet because I was kind of talking about some mental health stuff with a couple people who were there. And like when I was finishing Sad Forever, I don't know, I lost it a little bit, which doesn't happen often on stage, but yeah, it felt good. My first kiss was when I was like, my first like proper kiss, right? Like real make out, full on thing. I was in, I wanna say like 7th or 8th grade. There's this girl I had a huge crush on. It was one of those things where it was like we were having a little party at my house in the basement. It was in like that time where everybody like, you know when you're in like middle school and high school and everybody's like setting up, your friends like talks to the girl and is like, hey, like blah, 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 really like likes you and wants to hook up with you, and like nobody's direct at all. It was in that era. And then I found out that she was down and we went into the closet and shared a really beautiful kiss. My heart was pounding. The last record I played, I think it was Immunity by Clairo. Really good. First time I made money being a musician, it was the MySpace era, right? I actually have a MySpace tattoo because I'm psycho. I was like between the ages of like 14 and 16, I forget. And it was like this whole thing where there was like friend bots and like you were just like, I had a music page and I was like a solo artist. I had the worst name ever. I don't want to tell you the name. I would just like friend request all these people and I had my music on iTunes through like a self-distributor, and people would actually buy it. Like I would comment on their page and be like, hey, I'm an artist, blah, blah, blah. I just released an album and this and that. And that day it actually worked. So I remember like in high school, I think I made like $5 grand just from like spamming people on MySpace. The last DM I slid into, oh damn. The last DM I slid into was probably a girl from Raya. It's like the Tinder, but you have to apply. I was like, I'm just gonna bypass the middleman because you have to connect your Instagram. And I just went to her Instagram and was like, hi. First time a politician made me angry. Just the first time that Donald Trump got elected really fucking crushed me and like crushed my friends. Like I remember exactly what I was doing. I was like writing a song with a couple friends of mine. It was kind of like getting towards late at night and we were like watching the polls and was in utter disbelief when he won. So yeah. The last thing I bought online, probably a case for my sunglasses, because I have this thing when I'm on tour and when I'm traveling that I usually like to get a pair of sunglasses in like every city that I go to. So I need a case for them now. My first celebrity crush was definitely Miranda Cosgrove when I was like 14. It was like the iCarly days. And I went to a few of her concerts because she was singing. And I like literally drove probably 2 or 3 hours to see her live once. And I cried on the way home. And actually my friends pretended to have her number. It was crazy, like my friends tortured me. Like my friend randomly on the fly made up the number in his phone, did no Google search, but like when I checked the area code he used, it was actually the exact area code of the area she lived in. So somehow he got it totally right. So I believed him, and he would like pretend to get calls from her and like wouldn't let me speak to her. And I actually believed him. I was so sad. The last thing I asked for to be added to my rider was fancy cheese, and I since regret that because in some cities, fancy cheese means it smells awful and the entire green room smells like the nastiest fart in the world. Like so gross. So yeah, I think I'll take that off. I also have never eaten the cheese once on the whole tour. That was my first and last. Thank you so much, British GQ, for having me. I hope I didn't say too much.